Yo, what up, YouTube fam? This is coming on the heels of a review, a super late, like year late review of the Spec Punisher, because I've had some before, but I never had a brand new one in the box. So, if I was gonna open them up for this, I figured I might as well do a review. What the hell, right? Especially since I'm downsizing the crap out of my Mezco collection, I might as well review some of them while I still got them. All right, so Spec Punisher here. Oh my gosh, these dogs are getting on my nerves. Spec Punisher here is about to get naked for us. I filmed this before, but God, if it wasn't just so long, because I tried to do this guy and Classic Superman at the same time. And when I tell you Classic Superman is just a pain in the butt. Normally with the Mezco stitching, I've explained it before, they go like this. They'll go from the inside up, like you'll kind of like fold the material over, go out, up, and then back in, and then over to the other side. So it goes up, over, up, over, up, over, kind of like a ladder. And then as they tug it, that's why it's tight, and that's why the material's folded over on the inside, and you don't see it. Really, really cool, right? Awesome. Now with Superman, all this is like a zigzag pattern, so tight you can't even find a seam. I was like getting runs trying to get in there with my seam ripper. Product placement, I don't know who the hell made this, but seam rippers are super nifty tools. If you're going to be doing any of this, get one. Forgive my congestion, I'm sick. Never really get sick, but I think I have allergies. So yeah, basically what you want to do, it's so much easier to see this in a viewfinder. Pull it apart a little bit until you can find yourself a thread. I think I got one right here. Find yourself the most exposed thread you can, and then just get in there and try to rip it. I normally would do this with an X-Acto blade, but I'm going to take this off camera so I can locate it. I finally dug this up. Bought this a while ago and lost it like I do everything. I lose stuff. I'm telling you. I spent so much time searching for things in my collection that I've lost or misplaced. Don't know where they are. Story of my life, man. For real. Especially when I'm trying to sell things. It's incredibly annoying. I'm like, yeah, okay. I'm going to get rid of this. I just got to find it. Or I want to trade something and I just got to find it. Alright, cool. So there. I managed to get under there. And then the seam ripper you just push and it'll separate it. Now the reason this bad boy's called a seam ripper is because what I was doing is I was just kind of tugging it out. But no. It literally will just slice up a seam like that. Did I do? Oh, I tore the costume a little bit. Because it's so sharp. You really just get in the seam. And you should be able to push it down, but this material is kind of snotty runny nose. There you go. And you can just pull it out. Now this did slice up a little bit. And just right here. But that's okay. You can still get your needle and thread in there. And you'll just have to tuck it a little bit tighter when you sew it back up. But all in all, pretty easy. And that's it. You just separate the back of the costume. Again, be careful. Because again, this isn't too bad. Because all you got to do is just put your holes here and here. And you're sewing the costume. And it'll just fold up tight like that. But if I would have sliced a little bit further over, it could have been worse. I don't know if you can even see that. Like even up here on the neck. You'll be able to tug all that closed still. But if I'm not careful, I could take out too much. Normally, I just kind of slice it and then I just pull the threads. Like this. 1, 2, 3. You can get like that Superman. Once you finally got into Superman and you just went up with the seam ripper, it's separated. It's super easy. This guy got a little stuck and sliced through a little harder. I don't know if you can see, but I just suggest being careful with this. Again, they're small costumes, and the way they're done, you can still reuse them. And then you can take the neck off if you want to make it a little easier to get the costume off. But then that's it. Just boil and pop. Pop these off, pop the boots off, and then you can take the costume off. But that's pretty much it. Taking the costume off. So you can still reuse it. I know I saw someone just rip open, cut across, and rip apart Red Sun Superman, and that was kind of rough. I was like, yikes. Yowzer. But I like to be able to take it off in case I want to reuse it. I don't want to reuse this, but I'll be able to sell this so someone else can use it. And that's it. I'm going to pause real quick, and I'm going to show one I just took apart. Alright, this is the one I took apart yesterday. This one I did a little differently. Once I popped the first strand, I just kind of, I think it's still in there. Yeah, once I popped it in the middle, I just pulled it out, like, stitch by stitch instead of slicing up. So this one definitely went a little cleaner. And that one is going off to a new home. I saw this one a little cheaper just because of the way it ripped. But what I did is once I got that off, I dropped everything. Huh. That is black. Yeah. And then once I got that off, I put a new costume on him. So you could find costumes all over the place. There are all kind of customizers that make costumes. So don't ask, oh, where'd you get it? Because I got it off the internet. You just gotta look. You'll find someone that makes them. Very nice. I like this better than the Spec Ops. Similar in design, very much so. Not as nice as the classic Punisher, but still very good. Like Mezco's classic Punisher is amazing. Side by side, they look very close. You know, from like a distance, they look close, but definitely different material, different collar, but still very nice. So for anyone who didn't get a classic Punisher, you can definitely look out there and find a good substitute at a good price without breaking the bank. And that's what I did. And I'm happy with this. You know, I have 2 of these, so I'm very happy with the way it came out. Since I have 2, I might change one up and do battle damage, because the first one I got had separation here at the collar. And I'm not going to be able to sew that up. I don't even want to attempt it. So I might just put more nicks across it and battle damage the guy up. A little bit of sag in the crotch here makes me think I might have put it on backwards. So I'm just going to probably take the pants off and reverse them, because the other one definitely doesn't look like this. So I think it's on backwards. But that's it. Real quick video. Not even quick. We're at 8.5 minutes. That's opening up a costume. Remember, with the ladder stitching, just find a stitch. You can use a seam ripper. Just be careful. Or you can be a little bit more delicate, and then once you get in there, just lift the stitches out one by one, and then you'll be left over with the strand. But your costume will be in a little bit better shape. So if you're going to attempt this, just be careful. Take your time. Alright guys, thanks for checking this out. Peace. Like, subscribe, notification bell. Hurrah!